Thank you. Okay. We got time to. Well, we're still. Yeah. Go ahead, Jay.
Isn't that so nice of the
Copy.
judge?
What was the cross again that it started? What was the cross where this all started? Copy. Once again, thanks, everyone. Yep. Go ahead, Jay. Okay, copy. Nothing. Once again, thanks everybody for joining us on the ABC7 streaming platforms, abc7.com, and wherever you stream ABC7. We're following this breaking news in Anaheim. This is the end of a pursuit. This pursuit started in the city of Corona PD.
City of Compton. Corona.
Began
Let the
this
canines
pursuit
go,
of
baby.
Male.
Ain't
They're
that
saying
shit?
it's a 40-year-old male. The pursuit continued on the West 91 and somehow came to a stop here just before Lakeview. Let me get that across for you here. Lakeview Avenue. It's Lakeview Avenue. On this westbound 91. This all came to a stop just before Lakeview Avenue, and because Corona PD believes that this suspect is armed, they are operating with extreme caution, bringing in 2 Bearcats, calling in Anaheim Police Department as well to add their Bearcat for extra support in front of the vehicle. And they have closed both directions of the 91 freeway.
Ain't
91
go nowhere.
westbound and 91 eastbound. 91 westbound is closed at the 55, so you're going to have to get off on the 55 freeway, head southbound there.
They say he stole a bar of candy from the store. He refused to stop. So they stopped all the streets and got Bearcats and everything to get this thief.
Here in Air 7 HD. So that's the 91 eastbound, where that's closed. You're being forced off at the 55. And the 91 westbound, you're being forced off at Imperial. The backup on the 91 westbound is about 5 miles right now, all the way back to the 71. You're being forced off at Imperial. And there's a number of individuals that are actually stuck on the freeway behind this standoff scene. You could see the police tape and a number of onlookers and people that are just kind of stuck at this point out of their vehicle, just waiting to see how this comes to an end. Eventually, in situations like this, CHP does have the capability to turn around some traffic, and I can see some of the traffic in the very rear side of this stuck portion of the traffic now. They're actually beginning to turn around and get off on the on-ramp on Imperial. You could see there those cars going in the wrong direction. That is the on-ramp to the westbound 91 from southbound Imperial, and those cars are using that to get off the freeway and get back to where they need to go. So this is just becoming a traffic nightmare for anyone that needs to use the 91. If you have to use the 91, don't. It's not an option for you right now. Try and go up to the 60. If you're coming from Orange County, you could use those toll roads from Santa Ana and Irvine. You could use that 241, the 261 to the 241 to get to the 91 West. That'll get you past this incident. It's a toll road, yes, but it'll avoid you a big headache as far as dealing with the traffic. This is also affecting the 55 North. The 55 North, the ramp from there to the 91 in both directions, that's shut down. So a lot of backup on the 55 as well. Copy. Once again, Corona PD is telling us this is a 40-year-old male in this vehicle that is refusing to exit. They do believe he is armed. We were seeing reports earlier that the person did appear to have a gun in their hand. And that is why Corona PD and Anaheim PD are taking no chances here, bringing out each Bearcat that they have respectively and pinning the vehicle in the front and the back. They're making periodic call-outs to the individual, which you can see they have their window partially rolled down. So we do believe that there's some communication going on between this suspect and officers. There's a lot of movement going on in that driver's seat. But the driver really has nowhere to go at this point. The driver just is stuck, literally, being that his vehicle is pinned in. And there's nowhere to go except to give himself up. But once again, officers do believe that the person inside that vehicle is armed, and they want that person to give themselves up and end this peacefully.
I'm sticking with the Jan and the prosecutor. They still got to plead the case. They still got to finish. The prosecution just started, so who knows the rest.
We have officers from Corona PD, Anaheim PD,
but I feel like
CHP, all on scene here. The K9 unit there as well.
The facade.
Officers have less than lethal weapons, and of course the lethal weapons as well.
Right. I feel like it penetrated the surface.
There's a CHP helicopter overhead, as well as a Riverside Police Department helicopter, which, if I'm not mistaken, does offer support to Corona Police Department. So that's why they have made their presence known here as well.
She was grooming that backup plan. But it still doesn't equate. It's not as far.
And this becomes one of those situations where it's an armed standoff, but officers have the element of time on their side, and the suspect does not. They can wait all they want. It's going to start getting uncomfortable for them. They may get hungry. They may get tired. They may have to go to the bathroom. But for these officers here, there's plenty of them and only one of these suspects. So the officers can take breaks. They can switch out. They can leave those Bearcat vehicles in place.
Where John took in these two kids.
And just wait out this suspect.
And
but
it's a really nice, noble thing to do.
Hopefully,
but
keeping in mind those individuals that are stuck in this backup 5 miles long in either direction on the 91 freeway. Hopefully this comes to an end without too much inconvenience to the commuting public. The 91, a major thoroughfare between West Orange County, South LA County. Anybody that needs to commute between those areas and the IE and Corona.
There's a lot more behind the scenes than we knew. That's a which. But maybe
looking at some alternate routes here, it does appear, looking out the helicopter window, that Imperial Highway, there's not too much backup on that. So Imperial Highway might be a good option for you if you're coming from Orange, Tustin, Santa Ana. If you need to get north, you can. Just dealing with a couple of radio frequency situations up here. If you hear me pause for momentarily, that's what I'm doing. But once again, if you do need to get from South Orange County or Central Orange County to that eastbound 91, you can still use Imperial Highway. Imperial Highway is a good option to get you to that eastbound 91.
Was it Brian Higgins? Was it Brian Albert? Whatever.
So that's an option for you. Of course, the toll roads are always available for you. The 261, the 241, those will take you straight to the 91, and you'll bypass this entire situation. If you're coming from the west,
me personally, I think Perry.
If you're coming from the west, you have Imperial Highway
so far,
as an option. You can even take Imperial Highway directly to the 91.
But I wonder what the 3 thinks about that. And I think that's Jackson. Is it done?
Marcel, our photographer, is taking a look further down on the 91 freeway where you can see that's the bulk of the backup, that mess of cars there. These are people going westbound on the 91 being forced off on Imperial. And after they get forced off on Imperial, they're being sent north.
Not for the week.
A good alternate for them is just to take Orange Throat to continue west around this situation, and then you can get back on the 91 afterwards.
So I can
pretty much as soon as you're west of the 55. And this now is the bulk of cars that are stuck behind the barricade itself, so they can't move anywhere until the cars behind them are able to turn around and get off on the get off onto Imperial Highway. So you have those vehicles getting off on Imperial Highway, and the vehicles that were already traveling westbound getting off on Imperial Highway. Surprisingly, Imperial Highway doesn't seem too choked up, so that will be a good alternate for you if you're coming northbound. Once again, if you want to continue eastbound, you could still use Imperial Highway for that.
I should check out too. When I start the other stream and we come back, I got 1100.
I'm taking a look at Santa Ana Canyon, just south of the 91 freeway, near this whole situation, and it does appear to be, looks like that's everybody's first choice. So you are seeing a little bit of backup on that one. You're definitely seeing the volume build as you go through the 55 through Anaheim Hills. We were doing a lot of stories this morning on Memorial Day travel, and this is definitely going to impact a lot of that. A lot of people traveling to various destinations today, this holiday weekend, Memorial Day weekend. This is definitely going to put a damper on some of that travel. Once again, this is because the 91 freeway is
as it would be, so we're going to be live on Fox. If you are local,
you guys could hear me the whole time. I'm so sorry. I thought I muted the mic. I'm about to jump over to you guys right now. I'm switching the streams.
News. Good day, LA.
My bad.
We've got some excellent newsy goodness going on. We're going to sprinkle it with some of this breaking news, but tune in, and of course keep this YouTube live as well. And I'll see if I can jump in on your questions and answers on YouTube. You'd think as low as we are, I'd have some kind of internet. The interwebs, no good. 45 seconds away, copy all, no toss. Good morning. I want to yell. I'm a yeller. Huh? Copy. Copy. Anaheim, 91 freeway closed in both directions. The pursuit termination about 90 minutes ago of that blue vehicle that you see right there. That driver, armed and dangerous, brandishing a weapon. That weapon, not a knife this time, but an actual large handgun. We saw it in his hands earlier on. Now law enforcement, they've been responding in force. They brought out the armored vehicles, some of them for Anaheim and Corona. You see a lot of California Highway Patrol out here as well. This has stopped the westbound and the eastbound lanes, but we're going to show you some of that westbound traffic. It is huge. Now, some of these folks are making those U-turns on the freeway, getting off on the on-ramp over at Imperial, but you can see what that's doing. Side traffic or side roads out here also starting to fill up as well. The 91 freeway in or out of the Anaheim area, especially if you're coming from Corona, it's going to be very, very difficult indeed. California Highway Patrol and law enforcement working to negotiate with that driver to bring this to a peaceful end. But right now, those negotiations ongoing in a time frame unknown to anybody as that driver's holding all the cards. I'm Stu up in Skybox. Back to you all in the studio.
So, I mean, what does this guy have that they can't get him out or blast some tear gas in there? Is he armed? Cheez-Its? I'm trying to find some details.
Our station just played the Right in the Butt Wheel of Fortune. Anyways, if you guys are still with us here on YouTube, thank you for joining us. I'm going to check my phone as we speak.
This is California. Anaheim, I believe.
Picture. I have to watch a commercial just like you do. It's long, you know, the commercials always seem to come through, but the actual stuff is difficult to watch. All right. Oh my gosh, traffic. I wish in the time of the ticker, basketball, coffee, donuts, anyone? Yeah, why do we have, wait a minute, where do we have, why do we not have footage of the pursuit? Because it was in Corona and most of our helicopters are all based in the valley. That would be the first reason right there. Probably 10 million now. I don't know what that means. Happy Friday. Yes, thank you. What's going on? This is a pursuit termination. It is all happening out here in Anaheim Hills. It's actually right at the border of Anaheim Hills and Anaheim. You know, it is a tough situation. And, you know, being serious here, yeah, I'm always serious-esque. Let's call it that. Hey, everybody that's saying hi, Stu, I want to give a shout-out to everybody. Love you all. Love the love. You know that. But just to play it serious here just for a little bit, that driver armed and dangerous. Now, he's been waving that weapon around. We did see it earlier on. It looks like a large handgun. Mostly he's been pointing it at himself. And, of course, law enforcement, they don't want to see that either. They just don't want to see anybody get hurt. People have been asking me what kind of vehicle that is. Now I actually see that Nissan symbol, so I'm venturing to say that that's a Nissan Sentra. If somebody was listening that was asking me earlier on, Nissan Sentra. My money, Nissan Sentra. But that driver, he's the one that's holding all the cards right now. It basically just put the weapon down, walk away. This is all going to come to an end. You can see what appears to be a bullet hole in that rear driver's side window, but that very, very back one, you see it right there. That window's broken. Now that could be. It could be a bullet hole. That could be a baton from when officers came up originally trying to break the window, and then maybe the driver pulled it. I don't know. Those are just wild guesses. But I do know for a fact that a lot of law enforcement out here with some heavily armed vehicles, they're trying to bring this thing to an end. There are negotiations going on. We do have that as a fact. What I can tell you about the freeway drive, it's going to It blows. This is the internet. I'll call it as it is. It blows. The 91, the Corona crawl, it's, you know, if you're leaving Corona getting into the Anaheim, Orange County area, stay off the 91. It is going to get you nowhere. And as far as all those little side roads that are going on down there, they are all backed up as well. Let me see, because we have been moving around. Mike, the pilot, is doing what he can to get better shots, but as I'm trying to do something else down here. But you can see that Santa Ana Canyon right there, those westbound lanes, they are FUBAR. And you know what? Look at that. So they have the road shut down. I don't know if that was a smart move, because you can see right there, if you would let people get onto the freeway at Lakeview, they could continue on that westbound 91.
I was updating the thumbnail.
Across the freeway. It is kind of a really tough situation. Those officers down there in those cars, you know what, I'm going to say this out loud, and if you were in law enforcement, it is not a slam, and if you're friends of law enforcement, it is not a slam. Listen to my words. You know, they're not independent thinkers in that way. They've got the order to block that road. They've got to block that road, even if they're like, hey, well, what if we kind of open it up and let people get through? That's really not their call. That's part of being an officer. Yes, officers are allowed to make their own independent decisions, but something like that, I think that would get that guy in a lot of trouble, or gal. And you know what? Props to him for just holding the ground. Officers down there on the ground, the ones that are armed, the ones that are pointing their weapons at that vehicle, it's a tough call. It really, really is, because, you know, how do you bring this to an end peacefully? All they got to do is wait for this guy to put that gun down, and it's gonna come to a peaceful end. But until that happens, that driver is really holding all the cards. Now, I heard somewhere else criminal threats. That was the original want for the pursuit. I also heard somewhere else, unconfirmed but reliable, that perhaps this vehicle was actually going the wrong way on the freeway or on some roads at some time. We see that a lot in a pursuit, maybe not so much on a freeway. This one, facing the right way on the freeway. Why he stopped here? I would venture to say the car must have given out before the driver did. I can't just see him saying, you know what, I'm going to just pick this spot right here, I'm going to put it in park, and then allow myself to be boxed in by these armored vehicles. So, at any rate, it is a wait-and-see type of game. We're going to wait, we're going to see. And, of course, if you're here with us, I got to tell you, you can put on Channel 11, especially if you're local. We've got a lot of newsy goodness. Good Day LA. The ladies are there. We've got other things going on. We're talking about the weekend. We've got other news stories, and they are definitely worth a listen. If you're going to stay here on the internet, you know what? You can do both. I appreciate that for sure. But right now, this is pretty much what you're going to see for quite a while. It looks like he just dumped something out of the window right there. I really think this person is just biding his time. You know, it is what it is, you know. He's putting inconveniencing a lot of people. He might have some issues, mental issues, so, you know, you give him some points or give him a little credit for that, but you know, what he's doing to the drive, how he's inconveniencing so many of these people on a Friday. Just imagine if you were one of these folks and you needed to be somewhere. What if you were catching a flight? What if you were going on vacation and now you're sitting here for 2, 3, maybe 4 hours because this person's just deciding to not give up?
So what I was told, as you guys probably have heard, it started as a pursuit, stalking suspect. Yes, he's armed. This is Orange County, Anaheim. And I think Stu had said that the guy even like pointed the gun at himself. I don't know if that's why they're so hesitant. They're worried about him like offing himself. This has been going apparently since 8 a.m. this morning, according to Wilson, and 2 schools are on lockdown. Wow. Holy moly. Holy crap. We're getting some like crazy situations lately. A lot of standoffs, chases.
I think somebody is stuck down there. Wait a minute. This is a nightmare. I'm stuck. Oh, you stuck in this, Jeffrey, man. I'm sorry. Oh,
somebody stuck in the traffic?
If that's true, I'm really sorry. I read your whole text.
Yeah. Tina, thank you. Update. Police tell us he's an armed stalking suspect who was involved in an earlier pursuit. His car is blocked by SWAT. Stalking suspect.
I don't know.
Mental health? The mental health? All these people got mental health?
I am always down for a quick solve for this. Trey, I do. Chocolate. Trey, I do. Chocolate. Trey, I do. Chocolate.
What the? They got the canines out there. 3 Bearcats from what I can see. I guess they're afraid to move because this guy's going to off himself. Because I was thinking, like, why not just pop the glass like they normally do? Put some tear gas in there. Just worried about him, you know, offing himself. What if you have to pee? It's 8 this morning.
Why they can't get him out? Well, he's got a gun.
And? I'm just kidding. But I've seen them. There's times where I've seen these standoffs where that guy will like come out the top of the vehicle and they have like these extender things. It looks like an arm. They'll literally like extend and like break the glass, and then they'll literally take that shit and like drop a canister in there of gas or whatever it is.
Kooky. I'm going to bring back kooky. That's my new word. I brought back nifty. I'm going to bring back kooky. Oh, my goodness. I don't know. I really don't know, guys. This is one of those ones where, you know, it's part of the job. We're going to hang this. We're going to be here for the duration. Hopefully he doesn't shoot himself. But if you guys really, really look right now, you see every now and then by that center pillar on the driver's side up towards the front of the vehicle, you see something silver. And I venture to say that that's the slide on the weapon that we saw earlier on. Now you can't see it, but he definitely has it in his hand. And, you know, this is the thing. Nobody wants to see this guy get hurt. I don't want to see this guy get hurt. The law enforcement probably doesn't want to see this guy get hurt. I can't really say nobody because I could only wonder what some of these folks in the backup are thinking right now. But, you know, it's definitely, that's not how we want to see this come to an end. We want to see this guy just come out, put his hands up, and go into the cuffs. That guy right there, he's clearly not watching us on YouTube, but you can see that officer is just keeping an eye on it. Those vehicles are super ballistic. I have seen situations where they have been shot at close range, and even the glass, I would venture to say it probably didn't even chip the glass at all. I mean, it was pretty freaking weird. But you can see it again.
Oh yeah, is that the gun in his hand? I guess
moving around. You know, maybe it is, maybe it's not. We can't get any closer anymore.
Maybe it's a vape.
They have
just
two
smoking.
law enforcement aircraft over it. But and let me see what we can do with the digital zoom. But it's gonna degrade it.
Oh.
Maybe it's just a name tag. Maybe it's a name tag on a jacket.
Crazy. If you guys could hit the like button, please, I'd appreciate that. And subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, I think it is.
Subscribe to the backup channel.
Earlier on when we came around and we did the orbit, that's kind of what I saw. I think we just can't see the black part of it.
We're at 21,000 for almost 400.
And you know this guy's just keeping an eye on it. I mean, you know, yes.
Send the snakes.
Yes, yes. Booth, go ahead. Oh, I didn't even know. Nobody tells me anything.
What?
Oh, okay. Well, are these the two schools?
Oh, the lockdown.
Okay. What's the name of them? Okay. Primary and elementary, Crescent. Copy all.
Thanks, Iceman.
Schools on lockdown, freeways shut down, dogs and cats living together.
So since 8 this morning.
Sure. Oh, thank you. Guys, gals, I gotta work. I gotta work. Roy, I am not, unless you're talking about altitude, and even that we are not. We've got a lot of low clouds today, and we're relatively low.
We're talking about altitude sickness or something? Rocks.
Other people are saying it's a cell phone. Maybe it is, maybe it's not.
Oh yeah, Stu's going in today. He's probably excited though. I mean, I don't know the last time he had a standoff.
15 away. Midnight taco run, you know I do. but I got to work. Somebody's got to pay the bills, and it's usually me. Anaheim Hills, this is 91 Freeway. This continues a very serious situation. That's right. Sorry about that. This is going to be the 91 Freeway, Anaheim Hills. Very serious situation, and it's still ongoing. This has been in effect for more than 90 minutes. That vehicle you see right there, the driver armed and also brandishing that weapon, and that's the reason why law enforcement has shut down the 91 Freeway in both directions out here in the Anaheim Hills area. That backup on the westbound area is huge. We're just finding out that 2 schools are on lockdown. That's going to be Crescent Elementary and Crescent Primary. That's what I'm showing you right there, and they are very close to that 91 Freeway. If things go south, that could easily affect these students. That's the reason why they put them on lockdown. Hopefully it will not happen, but right now law enforcement still working to get that driver of the vehicle just to come out peacefully, put the gun down, come out hands up. But while this is going on, the westbound...
Yeah, I was joking about the candy bar earlier, that this pursuit is because of a guy stole a candy bar.
Not get off the freeway. Some of them towards the end of it over here towards the Corona area been making U-turns and using Imperial as their off-ramp. They've been kind of slow. They've actually making good progress. They're clearing that freeway. But once you get off that freeway, I would tell you pretty much stay off of Santa Ana Canyon because that one is very slow and go. If you are getting on the 91 freeway today and you are heading eastbound, you're going to be slow and actually stopped at the 55. If you're heading westbound, I'm sorry, the other way around. If you're heading westbound, they're going to stop you at the 55. Eastbound, if you can get on anywhere east of Lakeview, that 91 is going to be a great drive. But if you're in the Corona area and you're trying to get to OC, stay off that 91 freeway. As far as we know right now, no injuries to any civilians, no injuries to any officers, but this is definitely an ongoing situation out here on the freeway. I'm Stu up at Skybox. Back to you on the studio.
I probably should have said that earlier. Thanks, Sarah, for reminding me. I said that shit and forgot about it. Candy bar lockdown. Yeah, so that's Stu. He has a Twitter page and he has a Facebook page. I feel like he's like the OG commentator / helicopter guy. I think he has a channel too. Or he does have a channel. But right now, this is on Fox 11. And I would hate to be stuck in this traffic. I really don't like, I don't like driving too much. I mean, I don't mind, like locals okay, but like having to drive for a couple hours, I can't stand. And I don't remember the last time I was stuck in like some actual traffic. I'm talking about like hours. I guess these people have been stuck out there for hours. I guess. 8 this morning. What time is it in Cali now? 1:30. Rewind. 12:30.
Ha!
11.
You know what? When I turned it off
right
because
now?
I didn't know if we were still live and I didn't want to go on air going, I don't have any IFB, you know, so sorry about that.
Yeah, look at these people gathered here too.
All right, kids, I'm back with you guys for a little bit here, and of course, and what I'm talking about is all my friends out there on the YouTubes. Yes, I had to turn the mic down there because we lost IFB, and if you want to know what IFB is, you know what, I just call it infield broadcast, but I think it means something else. It's like some sort of return, something or another, but it's how I hear the show and how people at the station get a hold of me. I'm not up here in the helicopter as my own entity.
Oh, he's not a helicopter?
I have a pilot mic, and if I actually stop talking abruptly, it's usually because there's voices in my headsets, and no, they are not in my head. They are in my headsets because I did what the doctors told me. Anyways, let's take a look at what's...
Wait, is he not actually in the chopper today? Is he just commentating from somewhere else, or?
And that person inside that vehicle, armed and dangerous.
Sounds like it does. Maybe I heard it wrong.
But a very large gun. You know, if you're just joining us, we can kind of do the little bit of a tour. We're using that digital zoom, but you can kind of see right there. There's a hole in that rear window. Now, how that got there, you know what? I'm going to let you guys try to figure that out because, you know what? We could take wild guesses, but I'm not really sure. Is it a bullet hole? Could it have been something else? I don't know. This was a pursuit. It was Corona PD was in pursuit of that vehicle. Made its way onto the freeway, clearly stopping here in the middle of the lanes on the 91 right before Lakeview. Why? Again, I would venture to say, my guess is that car gave up. I would venture to say that driver didn't just go, you know what, this is a good place to stop. I'm just going to park it here. They must have known about that weapon because they actually called for help. You know, not like an officer needs help call, like, you know, that type of thing. But they clearly had a situation ongoing out here. Anaheim PD, they brought their armored vehicle. Corona PD brought 2 of their armored vehicles. So, you know, you can see the number of heavily armored officers in the area, a couple of dogs. You know what? I love a dog takedown. Trust me, that is one of my favorite things to watch, is a dog, you know, subduing a suspect. But you know what? They're not going to send that dog in there with an armed suspect because nobody wants to see an officer get shot. Yes, those dogs are considered officers as well. What else do we got going on? Highway Patrol, well, clearly they got involved because they shut down the 91 freeway, both directions. All these folks, they moved them and they put them behind that crime tape right there. They are stuck here. A lot of these folks are. And we've been kind of watching, and they are making good progress. Sooner or later, they may be able to turn around. But is this coming up almost on the 2-hour mark? Could you imagine being sitting somewhere on the freeway for 2 hours because you could not move? That is rough. Watching some of these people making those maneuvers, turning around. Some of these people, you know, it always amazes me. So they're using the off-ramp as the on-ramp, or the on-ramp as the off-ramp over here. But see, these guys, I think these are a little smarter. They're making their way over here and then joining the off-ramp, you know, just kind of making that U-turn and joining that that line of cars getting off the freeway. You know what? I stumbled onto this. I didn't see this earlier on. So I guess westbound, they're taking everybody off at Imperial. Look at that backup. Oh my gosh. Anyways, this is a thing, and it's going to be here for some time. What is going on here? Oh, using that little opening. Yeah, you know what? I probably would be doing this. This is all me right there. Make that U-turn, get back on the freeway, find another way around it. Freeways are always better than the side streets, especially when a freeway's shut down like this. But you can see the side streets starting to fill up as well. All the traffic from the 91 getting off, everybody trying to get around it. I'm sure they're all using the same app. I use Google. And it's probably going to put all these people on that same route to get around it. And it's going to create more backup. It's going to be a tough drive for a lot of these guys. Let's get back to the actual scene itself. Take a look what's going on. Hopefully we didn't miss anything. Nope, we never missed anything, oddly enough. And the standoff continues. That driver, you know what? Come on, man. If you're watching, if somebody's watching that knows him, text him, tell him, just come out with your hands up. You're ruining everybody's weekend, and you don't want to ruin your weekend worse than it is already. Just put down the gun, come out, go into custody. Let's clear the freeway. I got to catch up. You guys are typing too fast. You should all take turns typing. Ukaipa High School. Carl, you got it. What's the best Kaipa? Ukaipa. I'm not a Kaipa. You're a Kaipa. Inside looking out, you know what? I'm not putting you on the spot, but how would you handle it? How would you handle it? Everybody's got a thing. Somebody says, free bro, he just wants to go home. You know what? I would venture to say, he could open the door and walk away because his car isn't going anywhere. Maybe if he calls AAA and AAA shows up, they'll give him a tow. Or maybe he gets an Uber. How about that? All right, nobody's giving me any good ideas. So you know what I'm going to tell you guys right now is trained skunks. What do you guys think? Trained skunks. Yep. Have them like walk over to the car, start spraying the car, and just walk away. I don't think one would do it unless the window is open. But, you know, I'm telling you, that would get him out of there. That would get him out of there. Even if he's got a gun, I mean, you know, I don't want to see any animal get hurt, but I think they're hard to hit. And if they scamper, you know, or maybe they run under the car so you can't get them. You know, I think trained skunks is the way to go. I think that's an untapped resource. Thank you. Thank you. Real stink bomb, right? Copy out. Okay, we'll do a long one. Okay, Crescent. JF, I got to make this quick. I got to make this quick because we got to go work. But you know what? I always wanted to own a towing company. I was a tow truck driver at one time. And a shout out to Brothers Towing of Norco. You guys should get an IG page. I'd follow it. Anybody that's out there and wants to follow me on the internet, you can find me on Instagram. That's my one I always go to. It's STUMUNDEL. No 2 L's. I'm the poor Mundell. And I'm definitely not a Mandel. We don't have that kind of money. Maurice. Good morning, Sandra and Araxia. This is all happening on the 91 freeway, like you said. Anaheim Hills, Anaheim area. It's going to be the westbound 91 right before Lakewood, but it doesn't really make that much of a difference because both sides of the freeway are completely shut down. Started out as a pursuit in the Corona area. That blue vehicle that you see right there, the driver armed and dangerous and brandishing that weapon. Once that vehicle came to a stop here on the 91 freeway, they brought in the armored vehicles. They boxed it in to make sure it couldn't go anyplace else. Anaheim PD is out here, and Corona PD is out here along with the California Highway Patrol. Let's take a look at some of those westbound lanes. This is a lot of the backup. Some of these folks have been here for more than 90 minutes, probably coming close to 2 hours. Wow. A lot of these folks deciding to take matters into their own hands. They're making that U-turn and getting off at Imperial. But once you get off that freeway, the drive is not going to get much better. A lot of those side streets are packed as well. My God. A little bit of Skyfox in the shot, not a big deal, but you can see some of that backup right there. The westbound, they're taking everybody off at Imperial Highway. If the 91 westbound is your drive today out of the Corona area, stay out. How is this affecting other folks? Well, you can see 2 schools right.
I'm eating this kale, steak, chicken, shrimp, egg salad. It's really good, home cooked. Really, really good. I'd be so pissed. Stuck in this traffic, I'd have to move out of the state. If I got stuck in traffic like this more than once, I'd be done with Cali. I'd have to get out. And I'm surprised that the mental health people stuck in that line don't snap and cause another stand. I'm done! Barricade themselves in the line and shit.
Oh, eastbound lanes. Let's talk about those as well.
Or leave the car, abandon the car.
The 55. So the eastbound really backing up as well. Stay off the 91 if it is part of your drive
like
today.
A pasta
or just
salad
double
too.
check and make sure that where you need to be, the drive is going to be all right.
Damn.
I'm Stu up in Skyfox. Back to you all in the studio.
Yo, Stu?
Man, it's all good.
Man.
Pardon me?
Dude was like zooming. Before I even like sat down, I could hear my headphones and him talking. And he's just like, I was like, damn. We got that energy, man. Okay, they're still not back. Push this. We just pushed this
it's
back.
okay. We're in a helicopter. What do you think? We're just a floating camera? Floating AI camera. You know what? I really don't mind. It's like I remember back in the day, if you got a skid in the shot or something, it was like, oh my God, what's wrong with you? Dude, we're in a helicopter.
Mr. MD.
Alan Parker, if you're really stuck in traffic, man, my heart goes out to you. We got about an hour worth of fuel. I'll let the desk know. You know, somebody said he fell asleep. I have seen that in the past. I have really seen that in the past where the suspect is like literally in that car. Oh, wait, what's he doing? What's he doing? What's he doing? What's he doing?
Uh-oh. You gonna surrender or something?
Yeah, this is one of those ones where, you know, you don't want to zoom in and watch this guy hurt himself.
It's the perfect time to zoom in. Kidding.
Resolution. That was the word I was looking for. Resolution. Yeah, when you hit that digital doubler, the resolution goes to poo.
He's doing something. I don't know what. His face or something?
I still think he's on the phone.
Oh, maybe on the phone, like lifting his hand up or something? Like, I don't know what this guy's doing. FaceTime and mama? Somebody got
calls
call his mama.
With the negotiators. Don't they have like that kind of tech where they can just, you know, bypass anything and call the cell phone direct? Carrier? What? Right. Oh, law enforcement's got a lot of cool tricks in their bag. Yeah. Right.
All these guys, most of them, you just gotta call their mom.
Yeah, we're keeping an eye on it. We're doing the best we can. Law enforcement, they are ready to pounce.
Oh, mama. Drag the ass out of there.
I wonder why they don't have bigger vests for the dogs.
That's true.
Whoops, sorry guys.
If y'all really care about the dogs, why don't they have that small, slim Timu
Those
dog
look like
vest?
great dogs. So
Those are
this
flooded
is one
materials.
of those ones where, you know, we kind of watch it, we kind of watch it, we kind of watch it so many times because we're in a helicopter. Fuel, we are fuel limited. Mike was just talking to me about hours and how long we have until we have to go somewhere or do, you know, for fuel. It is one of those ones where, you know, it is inevitable and unedible that when it goes down, we'll probably be somewhere for fuel. It is one of those ones where you just sit and wait, sit and wait, and sit and wait, and sit and wait. At least, you know, we're kind of sitting down. We have machinery. I'm not holding a camera. I've got a laptop in my hand. If yes, I do control it. Yes, I have to have my hands on it.
That's
yes,
cool.
I make jokes sometimes that my fingers are bleeding. That's actually a Beatles line. But at any rate, the Beatles is a band. The Beatles is a band.
It's great you got to tell people that.
But these guys down there, you know, since we've been here,
Who's the Beatles?
these two dudes have been holding their guns the entire time. Talking about, you know, getting a muscle cramp.
That shit.
Or, you know.
I'm out of shape, but.
You never see them tap out. You never be like.
One of the ranges I was at, I was tired after a while just holding the gun up. I think I was just too tense. My first time when I went to shoot, I think it was like too tense. I was like, couldn't even hold the gun up after a while.
Really? That is a gun pointed at him.
No. Is it? Oh my God, is it? Was that a phone? That's the phone, no?
And he's left-handed. Oh, so then what are we doing? All right. All right. So according to law enforcement, we just got this information. My pilot, Mike, that likes to be called Nacho because he looks like Nacho, and if you ever watched the Better Call Saul, you'd know why. He has just confirmed over our aircraft radios that is not a gun. That is a cell phone. So if he doesn't have this gun in his hand, he's not brandishing a weapon, why don't they just bring this thing to an end?
Mm-hmm.
What are they doing? Yes, I don't want to be the guy to walk up to the car. There's no doubt about it. But, come on. We're here for another hour. When did you just text me? Oh, you just texted me that. We're here for another hour. We're here for another hour. Another hour. Another hour on station. Another hour on station.
Kristen said, why you gotta hate on California so much? Most of the time I'm joking. I mean, I've visited there twice. And it was nice, like a nice, it was fun. Very expensive, overpriced. I don't like the governor or whatever. I think they've let the place go to shit. Just like New York. I was raised in New York. I think the place went to shit too. But there's no real animosity. It's kind of a joke. I feel like they let criminals run rampant and criminals run the city and there's Stu.
Tennessee.
Uh-oh.
But at any rate, I
guess maybe
we
it's not a
are
joke.
going to be doing the 11 o'clock show, and we do a little talky talk from the helicopter, and we're going to do a little of that. So just letting you guys know, we're going to at 11:30 we're going to depart from the norm. That's what.
Oh, you were joking?
Being what we're looking at right now. Of course, if anything changes while we're talking, then yes, of course, we're going to go right back to the breaking news. But we have other things slotted as well. So yeah, I guess that's a cell phone. So then why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? I mean, unless this negotiation is I want to call an Uber and get my Uber and drive away. And even if that was the case, I'd be like, yeah, sure, we'll make that happen. We'll go get an Uber for you.
I have heard like Northern Cali is beautiful. There's some nice aspects about it, stuff like that. But I feel like it's the butt of the jokes, kind of, Cali. I guess kind of like Florida in a way, maybe too. In some sense, Florida man. So I guess this guy's armed, but it's kind of like Stu was saying. Like, I know if this was in Florida, this would not be going on how it is. I got to start the other stream. We start the other show.
It's a sticky issue.
Let me get this ready. Multi-streaming.
Driver streaming on social media. If he is, I'd like the link. Call Rambo. I don't even think you can get pulled over for that anymore. John said you're not supposed to use your cell phone. Moral of the story, don't use your cell phone. The Mavericks? The Mavericks, you're asking me? I don't know. What a cool job. Yeah, you know what? Some days it is, some days it's not. You always got to remember this is a job. This is a paid gig.
Phone works both ways. You got upset.
Ah. I'm glad I had my tamale. Did you have breakfast, Mike? Good. Unpaid shout out is Magusto. Magusto up in San Fernando. I think they're actually off of Van Nuys Boulevard. Van Nuys near the 5. Best tamales I have ever had. I'm not saying they're the best tamales in the world. I'm not saying they're better than your mom's. I'm not saying they're better than the place that you love. They're the best ones that I've ever had. And you can get them at farmers markets as well. There you go. Guy's still in the car, very agitated. Apparently he's on a cell phone, talking with negotiators, making everybody's holiday weekend a problem, and the people that have to work, too. Oh, look at that. Man, they're making good time. Everybody's making those U-turns and getting out of here. Ooh, check him out. Man, that guy is stylish. I wonder where his car is, though. You think it's a semi? I wonder if he's got a 6-shooter on his hip. See, I don't see a car that matches his outfit. Ah. What do you mean? Like my audio? Or are you asking me about fuel situation? Are you talking about my audio, or are you talking about... I don't understand. Oh, that really was an accident. I'm not playing around. That was an accident. Right, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. Our assignment desk just sent a photo from actually, just so you guys know what was going on there, that conversation was my bosses just got a hold of me saying that when I accidentally put myself on air, apparently some other station was taking our feed and I got on their air, but that really was an accident. And then also they sent me a picture that was sent to them from somebody on the ground, and that is definitely not a cell phone that's in his hand. And so that's the reason why officers are taking this type of stance out there. I can't share it with you guys, not because of any kind of privacy rights, as I just don't know how I could possibly share that with you. But at any rate, well, be careful with the switching of the cameras, but that really truly was an accident. Anyhow, so this is all happening out here in the Anaheim Hills, Anaheim area, and it is pretty static, as in it is not moving any kind of fast. And time is on the law enforcement side, and it also is definitely not on the side of anybody that's on the 91 today. I'm looking at my watch. We're going to be switching it up. We're going to do a top of the hour for Fox. If you guys are local, turn on channel 11. The show is changing speeds, as it would be. Going more into, it's called Good Day LA Plus, a little bit, it's kind of like a news magazine, but not quite Inside Edition or anything, but something like that. So if you guys are local, now would be the good time to tune in. But definitely don't shut off the YouTubes. If you're not local, you can stay with us. And we're going to do an update here, live on air, and then after that, we have a fun segment that's going to be happening right around 11:30, and yes, you will see my face on television when that happens, on purpose, but not on purpose now. Again, if you guys are on the Instagrams, I love the love. If you want to hit me up, you can follow me. It's Stu, STU _Mundell. MUNDEL, the little self-promotion right there. I enjoy conversation, and I am a photographer. That's basically what most of my posts are. And hit me up, check me out. I'll try to respond the best I can. Got to get to work. Yeah. They should be talking about this guy. Ah. I don't know. Maybe they're not taking us at the top of the hour. If they do, they do. I'm ready. Bum, bum, ba, bum. Oh, the impact upon people is going to be huge out here, and like you said, it is a very serious and tense situation. What's going on? If you're just seeing this for the first time, this is happening on the 91 freeway, Anaheim Hills area, right before the Lakeview off-ramp. That blue car that's surrounded by those two armored vehicles, that was in pursuit. Corona PD was chasing that vehicle. You know, the want right now is kind of still sketchy, so we're going to stay away from that, but we do know that that driver armed and dangerous and was brandishing a weapon. Law enforcement taking it very seriously, as you can see, and as they should, and they basically surrounded that vehicle and they shut down the 91 freeway in both directions. Yes, the 91 freeway is shut down in both directions. Now this is going to be, though, you can see the law enforcement response. This is right behind that vehicle, and this has been going on for more than 2 hours. Yes, and you can see right now the last of those cars are making those U-turns and going against the flow of traffic, but there is no traffic because everybody's been turning around and getting off. They get off at Imperial Highway. We're going to pan around and show you that right now, but they're also taking all of the westbound traffic off at Imperial Highway as well. So the side streets, they're building up very, very quickly, making that drive almost impossible. It's going to be gridlock on all those side streets as well. Also, what's being impacted, there's two schools out here in the Anaheim Hills area. They're right there. They're right next to the 91 freeway. That's going to be Crescent Elementary and also Crescent Primary. Now, there is no direct danger to the schools, but they are on lockdown just in case. And, of course, that's the best thing to do. Now, the eastbound lanes, they are shut down as well. They're taking everybody off at the 55, and that's creating a huge problem. So if you're in the Corona area and the 91 is your take this morning to get into, like, say, OC or beyond, definitely take a look, see what's going to be better for you. If you're in the Anaheim Hills area, try to get on at Lakeview or west of Lakeview, and that 91 is going to be a good drive, and vice versa. If you're going to be on those eastbound lanes and you are in Corona, you shouldn't be seeing any problems. But, again, so many folks on this weekend, Memorial Day weekend, going to be affected by what's going on. Of course, no injuries to officers, no injuries to any civilians at this time, but you can see negotiations still ongoing. That driver, very agitated, still moving around inside that vehicle. Law enforcement, time is on their hands, as they always say, and they do have that advantage, but they are negotiating, and they're trying to bring this to end peacefully. Nobody wants to see anybody injured in this situation. I'm still up in Skyfox. Back to you on the studio. You know what? I got to give myself a gold star. I think I got all the streets right. I'm serious. Nathan, maybe, if even that. Guys, gals, thanks you guys for joining me here on the YouTubes. If you're just joining in, it has been a tense situation out here in the Anaheim Hills area. Anaheim is right at the border. But if you guys know the area, then you know that this freeway is always crazy busy. And today they got this going on. They're shutting it down in both directions. Ouch, man. That's all I got to say. It is going to be a lot of trouble for a lot of folks. I imagine that somebody's going to know somebody. You're going to get that 6 degrees of separation. If you live in this area, you're going to know somebody that was stuck in it or dealing with it this morning. Law enforcement, they are tasked with getting that guy out of the car without him getting injured. It is going to be extremely difficult. Now you can see the number of law enforcement right there. They have finally cleared the area. Oh, we're going to get something else to watch. Looks like they got a drone getting ready to get fired up right there. We're going to keep an eye on that for sure. And, it's going to be something to see. And what is it going to do? I think what they're going to do is get a better look at the weapon and kind of get this feeling of, is it a real gun? Could it be a pellet gun? But even if they get like a 90%, like say, we think it is, they're not going to treat it like it's not, because nobody, again, wants to see anybody get hurt, and I wouldn't say anything. I wouldn't want to be the guy officer that's going to walk up to him saying, "Oh, we think it's a pellet gun." Yeah. So at any rate, Howart, Peter, you're gonna have to give that to me fanatically with phonics. You're gonna have to give that to me with phonics. But yeah, we're just keeping an eye on it. We want to make this work. We want to bring this to an end safely. Of course, everybody here wants to see this end. I would venture to say that they're probably down there talking about possibly using CS gas. A lot of times what they'll do is somebody up there will switch out his weapon, or one of these guys will break out some sort of pellet gun. They'll shoot out the rear window. But if that guy is armed, that's kind of the problem. If they shoot out that rear window, shocks the guy like he's like, and he accidentally pulls the trigger, somebody gets hurt, it's going to be a problem. And so they're kind of limited. Their hands are tied. It's like, how do you solve a situation like this? These are the ones where you just watch and you got to wait it out. You got to wait it out, or try to talk that guy into just giving up. I do know a negotiator personally, and I couldn't imagine. I just couldn't imagine that job, trying to talk to those people. You see, other guys, the movie, yes, it was a comedy, but how do you handle that? How do you handle that? Anyways, I feel for the guy behind the wheel a little bit. I feel more actually for all the innocent folk that are, stuck today. If I was going on vacation, I'd probably be pretty grumpy about this. And if you were probably going on vacation, you could say out loud, it's like, oh no, I'd be more concerned about that. No, you can say it, but I don't believe it. I don't believe it for a second. You know what? I need one of those signs on a table. Convince me, prove me wrong. But at any rate, Izza, how you doing? But at any rate, we're just keeping an eye on what's going on out here. Rotate to the original. Dude, come on, man. Or dudette, whatever you may be. Come on, we just talked about that. How? What are you just going to run up and open the door and grab them and put them in cuffs? I don't think it's gonna happen like that. Sergeant Branford, if you're really saying hello, of course, hello to you as well. Maybe you can chime in and give some of these folks some some schooling on how to handle a situation like that, because I can't imagine. I really can't. I mean, it's like, how do you negotiate? Goth General, I don't know how I'm going to put. You know what? I have some restrictions on what I can say, and you know what? I'm sure it's a nickname, and I adore it, but I don't think I can say that on the air. I'm going to need it phonetically. Send it to me in an email with the phonetics. I'm just checking my IG right now, and I'm seeing a commercial for grits and waffles. If you're in LA, go there. Definitely go there. Somebody's texting me something. Oh, sorry guys. I'm not being a good host. Sorry. Give me a second here. So where are we going to go for fuel? Because I have a feeling we're going to be hanging out in the OC all day. We're getting close. Can we do the 30? Oh, really? Oh, man, that blows. Right. You want to just pick up an orbit, if we can? Save maybe a little fuel? I mean, we can be flying in. We don't have to be over this to do for the 11 or the 11:30. All right. I'm talking with my pilot. No, I'm not talking to the invisible voices in my head. We're talking about fuel and fuel consumption. We're probably going to be landing over John Wayne Airport, Pilgrim, in just a little bit, because we're going to be running low on fuel in about 15 minutes or so. I have a little thing we do on television, and also I'm letting everybody else know that you know, we're going to be tight on fuel. I thought we were going to be able to stay up for the 11:30, but probably not. Really? Hey, Christian, are you out there? Christian. Skyfox Simon Test, could you get a hold of Christian for me? Now? We're not going to get fuel back in the air in 15 minutes. Right. No, I think we should. If that's the case, you know, clearly the stew piece is not that important. You know what I mean? Well, we can. I'm not like we have to stay up for that, but we're gonna have to stay here for as long as we can. I need to get a hold of Christian and let him know, though. That's my concern right now, because if they're counting on us, I got to let them know that we're not going to be there. Man, that hour went by quick. Yeah, we got about seriously 15 minutes before the piece. Oh, the workings. A lot of this stuff is behind the scenes. Sorry, guys, if we're not being good hosts up here, but we have other stuff that we gotta manage, and its fuel is definitely one of them, especially when we're. Oh yeah, what happened to the drone? Somebody's like, "Hey Stu, what happened to the drone?" I don't know what happened to the drone. I'm seeing a lot of cars backing out of here. A lot of Corona PD. Maybe they're just moving the vehicles. Not really sure. Skybox TOC lost that IFB feeling. And it's back. Assignment desk. They're busy. They're busy on the phone doing assignments and desking. Keeping an eye on the situation out here, and it just is getting more tense. I think when you start seeing officers moving their vehicles and not driving away, oh, they are driving away, and more officers showing up. You got some an ambulance here as well. That might mean that they're going to start doing something to bring this to an end. Possibly try to break out that rear window, maybe some kind of CS gas or some kind of powder or something like that. An adjutant is what they like to call it, to get that driver uncomfortable and perhaps get out of the vehicle, hopefully without a weapon, and then they can start doing what they need to do to get that person into custody. I'm not giving anything away right there, because a lot of times people say, you're giving away officers' location. No, I'm not. I was once told by officers that if you can see them, well, actually the words were, if you could see me, oh, the door's opening up on the police vehicle. I think we're going to be okay with the door. Oh, they're hitting them with CS gas.
Ooh, you're getting gas. All right. About time. Shooting gas in there. About time. How many hours I gotta wait to shoot some gas in there? What's he doing? Is he squirming? Well, he's doing something. He's kind of sitting down. What the hell? What are you doing?
Well, two things. I think they're starting to be a little bit more proactive than reactive out here. And then also we wanted to talk about fuel, because I don't think we're going to be able to make it to 11:30. But even if we left right now, it's going to be, what, 10 minutes to get to the airport, right? So I don't know. Could you move us up by a couple of minutes if you want, or... it's okay. I'm just, yeah. I mean, if we don't do anything today, it's okay. I hear what you're saying. I hear you. Okay. I always want to err on the side of caution, but I always want to play ball. So, hang on, Mike. Could we be on the ground and still have a signal? Yeah. Because what I'm saying is our thing is at 27, right? And if we left right now, we'd still be in the air at 27. You see what I'm saying? Right. Hey, it's 27, or is it solid 30? Because minutes matter. Christian is doing his job. If you take us right at 27, we'd probably be able to do something. Oh no. We're gonna start heading to John Wayne now, because that's where our fuel is. We can't be here at 27. That's why I'm saying it's about a 10-minute flight, and if we leave right now, yeah. So we're gonna start heading over there, and that's what I'm saying. We'll be over John Wayne. Yes, that's the biggest concern. All right. Hey, everybody that's in YouTube land, I love you guys. You know I do. I wish I could have been a better host for a lot of this stuff. You've probably been listening in. We've got fuel. We got to go to John Wayne to get some fuel. And while we're doing that, we'll hold the shot as long as we can. But I'm saying goodbye. You can follow me. This little self-promotion, it's Stu, S-T-U, Mundell, M-U-N-D-E-L. I'm on IG. I love the love. You guys can follow along. I'm also on Instagram, and that is Instagram, Stu. I am tired. I'm also on X, and I'm also on Facebook, but I'm mostly on Instagram. And I know it's not a political statement. It's just because I'm a photographer, and I post pictures. Anyways, guys and gals, we're going to probably start heading away. If you guys are local, keep watching Fox. Fox Good Day LA Plus is on right now. The ladies got some awesome stuff. They got some great guests in there as well.
When he heads out, I'm going to change it.
Again, I'm going to start fading away as we ride off into the May gray. And again, thank you guys.
Stu.
I wish I could answer every one of your questions and every one of your texts. I really do. And I
land on the highway, keep streaming.
I love that about social media. And I'm going to work with Mike here. So, Mike, it's seriously a 10-minute flight, right?
No audio, though. This one has no audio. So this is the only feed we have right now. Wilson says ABC refueling. This is their second airship. Okay, they'll be back with a reporter soon. You know if Stu's coming back? Is he refueling? Stand up with Diddy. I'm surprised. Let me see. Stu had, I don't know if Stu was right or not, but he said that he thought like they had shot gas in there, but maybe they haven't. I don't know. Maybe he's starting to hurt himself. I guess. Maybe that's why. They said he pointed a gun at himself. Thanks, Daniel. Danielle. Sorry, Danielle. 2 AirPods? I don't know. Oh, okay. Okay. Hmm. I think this one has a reporter. I thought.
Couple of years. Huh. Yeah, it may not be working. Hey, Booth, we're ready. You got it. Look at the drone. See the drone? Yeah, they're. I bought a third party charger where you can charge like 6 or 7 of them at a time. Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah, but then you have to buy the batteries. Copy. 1 minute there, Homer. Where's the drone? Oh, there it is. I just backed up a little bit is all. It'll settle down in a second. Copy.
For the standoff, Wilson sent me a tweet. It said, I saw this guy driving on the opposite side. Cops have guns drawn. Oh, okay, sorry. She said, I saw this driving on the opposite side. Cops have
Is that a drone right there?
Cops have guns drawn, and
So you got two of
the
them,
driver
right?
had a gun to his head. I guess that's why they're not moving in on this guy. Because I guess he's threatening to hurt himself.
Got it.
This is live, guys. This is live. I don't know what you do in this situation because, I mean, I get it. You try to get some negotiations going on. Maybe you reach out to the mother or the grandmother, but at some point too, I guess you got to do something. I mean, people are stuck. They've been there since this morning, 8 o'clock this morning. I mean, how many hours? I don't know if I wonder if they could like flashbang it. If they flashbang him, would it get concussioned? Would it knock him out enough so they can go in there and grab him? That's too risky. It's only temporary. It's not long enough, I guess. Because if they do anything, maybe he'll just pull the trigger. Need a toilet at some point. Yeah, eventually he has to use the bathroom. What's he going to do? Not go to the bathroom? Eventually he's got to go to the bathroom.
That was a good point as far as talking to family members to help him
Mama.
negotiate this thing. That could turn everything south. Especially if there was a stalking thing going on.
That's true. He might have
got a hold of the wrong person.
He and Cup. Oh yeah, there was a stalking situation, so you know something's probably wrong with him already too.
Yeah, that was a good point.
Explain it, Paul. Your electric acid would do the job.
What does? Oh.
This fan. Oh, nice, Zero. Finally, the whole thing.
See him?
Stuff.
Yeah, that's the big one.
I still want to watch
the
that
other
reindeer
one for a backup.
Big reindeer or whatever. Boy, tasking. Boy, you better get out that car. Don't make me show up at that place. I'll drag you out the shit with my hands on your ear. Don't make me show up, motherfucker. I'll come over there and grab you ass out of there. He looks like he's bobbing a little bit. I'll grab you out that shit. Island mamas just ain't gonna pull up with it. Put up with this shit. Man, I could drag you out that shit. I wonder who he was stalking. Maybe he was gonna kill that person too. That person, whoever was being stalked allegedly, is probably looking at this like, oh, that could have been me stuck in the car.
Well, they could see it on the drone better than we could.
Then mama or grandma over there, they'll walk right up to that shit, open the door, drag his ass out, snatch the gun out of his hand. Mama, you know I love you. I don't know, man. A lot of craziness lately. I don't know if it's something in the water, medication people being given, COVID, the bird flu that's coming. I don't know. Water that new poop the tap water they got in Cali.
Hey, Booth,
Poop
can
tap
you
water.
hear us in the helicopter?
Where they get the sewage shit water and they just filter it out and reuse it. Maybe that could be something too.
Time at Sky 5.
I think they do that everywhere, to be honest, right? Or is that only certain states? Do all the states use
Would
poop
you
to tap
pass
water
along
like
to
they?
the booth that we need to be taken at the top of the noon for fuel?
Oh, Elon Musk satellite. The trials are on a little break right
Thank
now.
you.
They did come back earlier, but they're on break now. I don't think they're gonna finish today though. Across. I don't know if Delphi is being streamed, Kelly. Gotta find out. I don't know. It was moved to October, Michelle. Thank you. Delphi trial. Maybe they've been in communication with him. I don't know. Hoops taps nationwide, and it probably is. Yeah, it sounds funny, though, right? Poop to tap. I don't know why it was such a big deal in South Cali though when they said it, because I think it's actually in all the states, right? Poop tap water.
Hey, PD1, thanks for all the coordination. Appreciate it.
I wasn't seeing Paul's stuff. As far as in a checkmate, do something. I guess they want to try to be as cautious as possible since everybody's there, TVs are there, helicopters. If something happens, maybe they'll blame the cops. But again, though, like somebody that actually wants to hurt themselves, sometimes it's like it's hard to stop that. Like, how are you gonna, you try to get them help and stuff, but car broke down. Oh,
When's the last time you've... Oh, I know, they've got fuel there. They have to. They've got the fire department there. Yeah.
DoorDash these cops a beer. Coming down to the last hour for today trial.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll check here the diagram.
Oh. What the jury thinks. And then a social worker. Yeah, I had a birthday cake yesterday. It was pretty good. I only ate like a small piece of it because I was super full from lunch. I haven't even touched it today because I'm trying to be a little bit more mindful of what I eat. But I need to go on walks. I need to just get my ass up and move. Get up and
Go ahead.
move.
We're going to Fullerton for fuel.
You have to refuel. lead attorney made a tweet. He said Nick Rakia has helped so many content creators on YouTube. He has helped me and my channel tremendously. He has invited me onto his channel multiple times. Has allowed me exposure to his awesome community. He invited me and my co-host Av to meet up in Las Vegas and invited us after to a small private gathering at his hotel suite where we met his amazing wife and close friends. He has always supported me and my channel. Life can be so tough. We all go through bad times, and Nick is going through a tough time right now. Hell, I'm going through a tough time right now in my own life, but I'm positive that Nick will overcome the obstacles he's facing. He'll pull through for himself and for his family, and there are so many thousands and thousands of people backing him and rooting for his ultimate success. Alrighty. Another
Tell by the
long
movements.
extended break, I guess, for the court today. Oh, okay. I thought they did something. Turn around. He's moving though. His hands are moving in the front. He's not dead. He is moving. Chilling. I don't know. Was he smoking a cigar or some shit? Just chilling. Cigarette. Is that the window down too?
Five copy.
Arguing the water bill. Not too bad. How many breaks can you take in a day? Oh, they have hot mic moment. How many breaks in a day can you take? ABC. They will be back soon with the ABC reporter. Okay, so ABC reporter's coming back soon. Our show is live on TikTok. The world of TikTok. My ass is hurting. He's shouting at someone. Hear ye, hear ye. Have a clear view of him in the front. There ye. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Get off, O2. What's happening, brother? There you go.
All right.
Yeah. No, my mic's up. I was talking to Gabe.
The Marcel link's not working for me on my phone, at least. Maybe I'll email it to myself and see. It's not working here. Bev. Oh, they smoking the guy. Something, right? They shot something. I turned around for a second.
Coming out of the car?
Saw something with smoke. They missed? Oh, man.
There it is. Yeah. Got it. Okay, they're putting gas in the car.
They're gassing them up. Well, there's the canister. You see it rolling by.
We saw maybe a flashbang or a gas grenade canister or something, so we'll see what happens here. Is that window open, Rich?
I can't tell if it's open or it's just the angle. I think it is open. I can't tell if it's like a glare.
Is he still in the front seat? Yeah. Absolutely.
Mm.
Probably used to it. Got you both there. Huh? What are you talking about? You think he slouched? Slouched forward? Or is it blood? You can see that. Yeah. Copy. Fine. Okay. Doors open. Doors open.
Homeboy. SWAT got him? He should have never used gas. He killed himself? Oh shit. Let me see if I find a oh. Oh shit. Let's rewind it back. See what Oh my god, so they pulled him out? He offed himself?
Copy, copy. What did you see, Rich?
I don't know how to zoom in. I can't zoom in. I gotta get something now. Oh, okay, so you just have his body there. Oh, man.
Did somebody say self-inflicted? You saw a gun in his hand?
Damn, bro. I'm gonna skip past that a little bit. Let's drag this body out. Wow. Yeah, I was sent a picture. I can't show it, but of the guy holding a gun to his head. Holy shit. But somebody was saying
Moving at all?
somebody was saying they shouldn't have used the gas, but like what do you do in this situation after hours and hours and hours and hours?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, he's definitely deceased. Let me fast forward it to the current live. I guess they're checking. Oh, they ended the live stream. Wow. Well, I don't know, man. The thing is, of course, it's a sad thing, but I don't. Some people, when I used to work in a hospital,
Glenn, even before that, we saw the driver slumped over or slumped back in the seat. We did see some evidence of blood around his head. We don't know whether it was a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Did not see any shots fired from the officers. We did see a couple of flashbangs that were attempted to be thrown under the car, and shortly thereafter, they went ahead and made the approach. They had a couple of drones working, so they had a closer look on what exactly the person was doing. We don't know his condition. He may be dead. We're not sure, but we did see him slumped back in the seat with blood. So they're going to call this thing clear here in just the next couple of minutes once they verify that the paramedics, once they do their assessment, either take him to the hospital or say that he is pronounced dead here at the scene. But again, shortly this situation will be cleared up. They'll be able to
I don't
open
think the
up
law
both
enforcement did
directions
anything
of the
wrong.
91 freeway. For folks on the freeway, if you're coming from Corona on the east or the 605 on the west, just get off the freeway. You're not going to be able to make it. You can take Santa Ana Canyon
what do you do?
La Palma
Right?
on the north. Once you can get past Lakeview, then you're good to go. Or if you're coming east, once you get past Imperial Highway. Believe this thing is going to be cleared and over with here in just the next few minutes. On my case, up Sky 5 HD. Back to you.
Yeah, he was in a police chase, and then there was something about stalking too. I don't know who he was stalking, a stalker or something. Who knows? Honestly, who knows if he would have killed that person? You know how many stories we see where the person's, I don't know if that's the situation with this, obsessed with somebody and then they kill the person and then kill themselves. You know, sometimes you just can't. You can try to help somebody do this and that, but like they don't want the help. I used to work at a hospital, and I remember there was this person. He was like a psychiatrist or some shit. The guy took a shotgun. He didn't work at the hospital. He was a patient, but he took a shotgun and like shot himself. But that shit, it took up. I guess it wasn't like at an angle enough, so it literally just the front of his face, like just like this shit, right? So like his nose was gone. I think a lot of his like lips and shit was gone, and he wanted to off himself. And from what I heard, I don't even think that was the first attempt. And so, but this time he took a shotgun to his head. And so the way they had him set up, it was kind of messed up. How they had him set up, but they had him. The patient room had like 2 beds, and he had the bed that was next to the hallway, but there was a big ass open window. I don't know if that was intentional. Maybe they wanted to keep an eye on him when he's in there. But every time I'd go deliver medication and walk to the floor, I'd always see him there because he survived the shit. They had his hands, all this like wrapped stuff around his hands, and his hands tied to like his side type of shit. He could move his hands a little bit, but like he couldn't really. I honestly think he still wanted to be dead, and so he was just like forced, strapped, and on a bunch of medication. And I could see his face that was like partially gone. I don't know what ended up happening to that guy, but I know that wasn't his first time attempting to do that. And so I don't know if he's I don't know what ended up happening to that guy. Wild. Oh, more butt dials. Yo, again with the butt dialing. Oh. I'm sorry, I'm in the truth. Yeah, I'll see later if we get some update to the maybe to the backstory. If maybe Wilson can find it later, find out what the guy's deal was. YouTube commentator lack compassion. I really do hope most aren't like that in real life. I don't think I did. My father killed himself. I don't think I did. I just feel like sometimes. I just feel like sometimes there's. I mean, what are you gonna do? Blame everybody else because somebody shot themselves? I mean, they try to help them. They try to negotiate. It's been since like 8 o'clock this morning. It's unfortunate. I mean, but why are you gonna blame anybody else? I don't understand that. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's not confirmed he's dead. I guess looked like it. That's what people were saying. Damn. Wow, Donna, that's crazy. Oh, I mean, I took that wrong at Cleveland. My bad. I had an ex too that used to like threaten to be like, "I'm gonna hurt myself. I'm gonna kill myself," but just being manipulative. She was never actually gonna do that. There's people out there too that do that and are kind of sick, and they'll try to manipulate you, like try to force you to stay in a relationship because if you leave, then they're gonna hurt themselves, and then that's your fault. But people like that too. It's crazy. I'm curious to know about the whole stalking thing. That's true too, Damon. Some people don't want to go back to prison. I've known two people who did this, both in cars. Wow. Yeah, my ex would do that to because of what I went through. She was trying to like manipulate it. It was really fucked up shit. Crazy. Yeah, the stalker thing. Oh my god, that really can be super scary. Oh well, what I did with that ex, what I did to her, I've told the story a couple times. That ex, so she showed up. It was a long, long time ago before my daughter, but she she showed up to the house one day and she wanted me to let her in, and I didn't want to let her in. She's like, "Let me in. I wanna." She's like, "I have this bottle. I'm gonna take the whole bottle." I don't even know what it was, and so she sent me a picture of the thing, and she's like, "I'm taking this and leaving." She sent me a picture, and then I go outside and I see the bottle on the floor, empty. And so I'm like, hell no. One, I thought it was really disrespectful that you did that at my mother's house, but two, I was like, I'm not gonna let you put this on me if you really do hurt yourself. So I called the cops on her ass. And I told them exactly what she told me. She said she's gonna hurt herself. She took off in this car. She left this bottle of medication here. You guys can go track her ass. Oh, and so they found her. They found her ass. They found some weed in the car. She got in trouble for that. They took her to the hospital. They made her take a charcoal. In the end, she told me the doctor doesn't think she took anything. And so and I believe she didn't take anything either. She was just bullshitting and manipulating like she's done multiple times in the past. But that shit bit her in the ass because I think she got charged. So crazy, dude. Man, I called the cops on her ass. I snitched. I had a stalker a few years back. Found my address, jumped my fence, nonstop phone calls. I had to get a restraining order one time too. Restraining order and never heard from him again. Holy moly. Had 3 best friends off themselves. Holy crap. Sorry to hear that. I think so. I think she learned a lesson. You know. I wonder if those cops feel bad. Cheeks, what's up? Yeah. If I left her, she would lose her son. He had 3 doctors and getting different pills from all of them. Wow. He was a toxic suit. It's really... Buttercup, I was kidnapped by my stalker. He would nab me everywhere. Bar, grocery store, work parking lot, my apartment, stoplight, out of my car. Holy crap. Let's see what's going on here. Well, I guess this is over for now. I will try to see later if we can find some type of update. I know, Cheeks. I want to kind of listen to the trial now. I'm going to see if I can find a little update later on, or I'll ask Wilson to kind of keep an eye out to see what happened with this guy. Yeah. Oh, nice, Heather. I mean, good that, you told. Max called me from a Walmart in Oregon, walked in and bought a gun and walked out to off himself, traumatized the crap out of me. I still think about it to this day. He didn't kill, and he didn't kill him. I still think about it to this day, and he didn't kill himself. Wait, walked out to kill himself, but he didn't kill himself. Okay. Yeah, that's crazy. You never know, man. This guy, I don't know the story. We'll wait for later to see. But who knows if he was planning on hurting somebody else? Damn. The restraining order I got for someone who was threatening my life did not work. I ended up getting my car shot up and my dog killed after the 6th time this person violated the restraining order. That's the thing too. The restraining order doesn't really do anything to protect you. Only thing I say, it's good just to have the paperwork. But if you know somebody's after you, you're gonna have to find a way to protect yourself, whether it's arming yourself or whatever. And if God forbid you have to defend yourself, well, at least you have the paperwork. Listen, this person, I got a restraining order. They violated. They came and found me. I was afraid for my life, and I had to do what I had to do. But those people don't follow those restraining orders. All right, guys. I'm gonna catch you later. If we get an update, I'll see if I can post an update. Thank you for coming through. All right, take care. Peace, guys. I'm gonna be on the main channel for a little bit with the trial. Peace. Bloop. Bloop. That's all it is. Documentation. Yep. A paper trail.